Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first University Hackathon for 2020. I'd like to welcome everyone joining us live from Facebook or from YouTube. I'd also like to welcome our esteemed judging panel joining us today. Thank you for being here. And of course, all the participants in the hackathon, as well as the organizing team who have done an amazing job in making this event happen. Beirut AI is the applied AI community in Lebanon. Our goal is to enable everybody to understand and apply artificial intelligence. We do this really through a variety of different events. We have a set of different technical and non-technical workshops that happen at a regular interval. We do hackathons and datathons. One of them is what you're watching today. We have a huge university ambassador program, which allows us to connect with student communities around different universities in Lebanon. We also organize quarterly gatherings where we invite speakers from experts in the field who are working in industry to share their experience working with artificial intelligence with our community. And we recently launched our Beirut AI Heroes initiative, which is really something that has brought us a lot of good in the community. We're very happy to have a huge everyone for being a part of this amazing team. Beirut AI is part of a global community called City AI. City AI has branches around the world, really, with more than 60 countries. Beirut was the first to start in the Middle East. That's something we're very proud of. And up until today, it's one of the most active globally. If you're interested in learning more about what we do and finding out about future events that we have, please make sure to follow us on our social media channels. This is where we share all our activities and everything that we do. So what is the University Hackathon that you're watching today? The University Hackathon for this year is the first setting that we offer the hackathon in. And the theme for this year is AI for a self-sustained Lebanon. As we all probably know, Lebanon has been facing a lot of difficulties and a lot of problems, not just today, but from a long time ago. For this hackathon, intelligence to solve problems in different sectors in the country, some of which include agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, healthcare, water, and electricity. But they were free to choose from any different sector to build a solution that can help self-sustain our country. The goals for the hackathon were basically to leverage the young minds to build innovative solutions to old problems that we have. We wanted to foster a diverse culture. So we really tried to promote that teams come from multidisciplinary backgrounds. We made sure that teams felt encouraged, even though this was an artificial intelligence hackathon, felt encouraged that they can join from a business background or even an agricultural background. So we really tried to encourage this diverse culture. We want to really try and upskill our students with the talents that are required in today's markets, and not just do this through education, but also through hands-on practice. And our last goal was to try and devise a repository of open source community-driven solutions. So in case you don't know this, the students have developed prototypes that will be hopefully shared on our open source GitHub repository for the entire community to benefit from. I want to take a minute to thank the really wonderful team that made this hackathon happen. It took 3 months in the making, and everyone really did a great effort. So thank you everyone for the amazing job. I want to extend a thank you to, again, another amazing team of mentors that joined us. We had professionals join us with a business background and technical background to help support our teams for any questions, any feedback, and any help they needed. So thank you everyone for taking the time, especially on a weekend, even though we're all stuck at home, I know. And I want to introduce our hackathon heroes. So we decided to call our participants hackathon heroes because they're building for a better Lebanon. And this is really the initiative behind this hackathon. We had 52 participants join from more than 9 universities in Lebanon. They've done an amazing job, and I can't wait for you guys to see what they're going to present to you today. I wanted to share some of the behind the scenes from the teams while they were working during the hackathon. So just, if this was not clear, this hackathon happened fully online. So everyone was working virtually from home. This is not easy. It's not easy to work as part of the team, and stay up late at night when you're not able to join and discuss ideas. So teams did this virtually. As you can see, they held their own Zoom meetings. They even shared behind the scene photos from their homes. So it was a really nice experience, even though we were not connected physically. We had some interesting, unique stories as well. So we had a team that completely randomly met through Slack from completely different universities and formed their idea and their project. We also had a team who, unfortunately, most of their members were not able to continue in the hackathon, but one of the members was completely determined to continue on his own, and we applaud his determinism on doing so. So during the hackathon, the students had different activities happen. So we would join in the morning. They had a set of different workshops, from introduction to artificial intelligence to how to give a pitch, a workshop on how to give a pitch, workshops on how to develop business plans and growth plans, market entry, etc. So they were able to benefit from these workshops, as well as a group of mentoring sessions where each team was able to connect with one of the mentors that I introduced earlier and get advice, get feedback, and get help. It was really amazing. Again, thank you so much to the mentors for taking the time. I think the teams benefited a lot from the discussions, and these are some of the insider shots during the mentoring sessions. I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors and partners. This will probably not be possible without their support. I'd like to thank our strategic partner, Oracle for Startups. Oracle has supported us through mentors, workshop sessions, as well as amazing awards that will go out to our students' winning teams. I'd like to thank Zaka, our community partner, for always supporting us in our initiatives. Zaka is also offering an interesting set of awards for our winners. I'd like to thank Paragon Shift and BEC for really always being more than willing to jump on any opportunity to support Beirut AI in their events. They're also offering awards for the winning teams. And I'd like to extend a huge thank you also to our media partner, Unboxing MENA, for supporting and spreading the word about our event. I'd like to share with you the prizes that will go out to the winning teams today. So for the first place, we have $1,000 in cloud credits that will be given to the team winning the first prize. The team will be able to utilize these credits to take their project forward and train on the cloud or on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So the only criteria here is that the team will have to apply to the Oracle for Startups program, which we're going to talk about in a bit. And I think this will be a huge support for the teams in building their ideas. They will also, so the first prize also includes 150,000 Lebanese pound gift card to each member from BEC. BEC offers a set of really cool hardware material, electrical hardware, sensors, etc. So I think this will be also fun for the teams to build their prototypes. The second prize is 100,000 Lebanese pound gift card to each member as well from BEC. And the third prize is a 50,000 LBP gift card to each member from BEC. Now there's a bonus prize right here, if you can see it. The bonus prize is that anyone from the 3 winning teams has an opportunity to interview for an internship with Zaka and Paragon Shift. So these will be discussed in more detail, but anyone from the winning teams has the opportunity to guarantee an interview and hopefully get accepted for an internship during this summer. Now I'd like to introduce our panel of judges. I'm going to ask the judges to introduce themselves. I think they'll do a great job at that. So I'm going to start with Christophe Zourbi.
Hi, I'm Christophe Zourbi. I'm the founder and president of Beirut AI. And I would like to say that I'm very proud of the Beirut AI team for organizing this amazing event. So thank you to everyone who was involved. You all did a great job. However, I'm not here today as the president of Beirut AI, but as the co-founder and CEO of Zaka. Zaka is a community-driven artificial intelligence startup with the mission of developing the AI ecosystem in the region. We're very excited to be partnering with Beirut AI and always happy to support great initiatives that contribute to a better Lebanon. So I can't wait to see what the teams have been working on this weekend. So good luck to everyone.
Thank you, Christoph. Thank you. We're happy to have you here, as always. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Abdou Ayoub, if you can also please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Abdou Ayoub. I'm the managing director for Paragon Shift. First of all, I want to congratulate you guys on an amazing event that you've put together. I think it's been proven that you guys are setting the standard for these events in the region, and it's pretty phenomenal. We're super excited to be supporters for the Beirut AI community. Just a little bit of background. As Reem mentioned, we're looking to offer interviews for internships at Paragon Shift. We do a lot of work in the AI space. Our clients actually span governments, insurance companies, and the healthcare sector, and so on and so forth. And it's quite interesting because we live in a time where people are getting more and more interested in the domain and beginning to understand it. So I look forward to seeing what the teams have to present today.
Thank you so much, Abdou. I'd also just like to add that one of our most supporting mentors was also from Paragon Shift, Mr. Raymond, and we were very happy to have him with us as well. So thank you so much for always supporting us. We're very happy to have you on board. Next, I'd like to ask Professor Ahmad Al-Haj to introduce himself.
Hi, Reem. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm a professor at the American University of Beirut. I work at the intersection of robotics, networking, and humans, so human interaction, basically. With all domains, we have applications of AI in them. So if anybody is interested in an internship at Ayoub, we also have those opportunities, or a graduate degree for that matter. I'm also a co-founder of the Humanitarian Engineering Initiative at Ayoub, which is a joint initiative between the Maroon Sam'an Faculty of Engineering and Architecture and the Faculty of Health Sciences. Something that is very interesting at the intersection of these two domains. And I'm a co-founder of Sobo 360, which is a telecom and networking software development company out of Beirut. Thank you for having me with you today.
Thank you, Professor Ahmad, for joining us. I'll also like to add that I'm also actually a graduate student at Ayoub. So yes, it definitely has an amazing graduate program. Thank you, Professor, for sharing. Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Rabih Elias.
Hi, Reem. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rabih Elias. I'm the technology country leader for Oracle Lebanon. We've first kick-off session on how we're tremendously aligned this initiative, and I'm personally impressed with the organization level we've seen so far, and looking forward to see great ideas and hopefully help those startups along with Sinam and the Oracle Startup Program to give them a boost in the local community and supporting Lebanon with those sustainable ideas.
Thanks you, Rabih. We're again very happy to have Oracle with us. This is the first time we're collaborating with Oracle on an event, and it's definitely been very, very exciting. So last but definitely not least, I'd like to ask Ms. Sinam Kaya to introduce herself. She will also be sharing with you a bit more details with the participants as well about the Oracle for Startups program and how the teams can benefit from it after the hackathon.
Okay, thank you, Reem. Many thanks. So yes, this is Sinam Kaya. So I'm Oracle Strategic Business Development Senior Manager covering Middle East and Africa and Eastern Europe. So I'm personally based in Turkey. And one of my team's remit is to support startups to accelerate cloud-based innovation through solid partnerships with Oracle. Thus, I think it's one of the reasons why we are here today. And I'd really like to take the opportunity also to thank Beirut AI for this great organization. I was really excited, following all details from social media. And of course, giving me this great opportunity to be part of the judge panel. So, and I really have no doubt that, in I think a couple of minutes, we will be evaluating some, exciting prototypes that will tackle some of the key challenges, yeah, for the country. So of course, targeting to benefit from the outbreak through change and innovation is a really key step to turn this current pandemic in an advantage, right? And I believe this hackathon has been a great platform and a door opener for this opportunity. So as we mentioned, I would like to give you a quick overview on Oracle for Startups program. So of course, in this uncertain times, we've also been, very keen supporting startups, technology entrepreneurs on our program, and we are delighted to be part of these events like these ones, okay, to work with you, to provide you further mentorship and further advice. So for the ones actually that don't know, I would like to also underline that Oracle was founded in 1977 by a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. I think it's a quite inspirational, let's say, entrepreneurial journey we've been experiencing in our Oracle, which may also inspire you because when we look at, 40 years ago, the co-founders of this company, they would never know, right? Their startup would one day become a company that now operates in 175 countries, serving to 430,000 customers worldwide. So obviously, understanding startups, entrepreneurial journey, we are putting a huge effort in, streamlining local tech entrepreneurship ecosystems across the globe. And how we're doing this is, we are delivering Oracle for Startups program and its benefits to our startup network actually. So this program, it back in 2016 and simply enables mutually beneficial business building partnerships for startups, for our customers, and for Oracle. So without taking any acuity, so the program is offering access to Oracle Cloud solutions supported by experienced cloud and industry mentors. So it's really great to share that we've deployed the program to hundreds of startups across the globe. And just to name few of the benefits, so the program is open to all startups, right? So either you're on B2B or B2C or both, business models, or at any stage of your growth, any startup can sign up and start building on Oracle Cloud right away with the program. So there is no application process, and year-round enrollment is available at oracle.com. Startups, so you can simply visit the site. And startups, as I mentioned, they get free cloud credits, migration support, mentorship opportunities as well, 70% discount up to 2 years from the cloud services they use. And for the eligible startups, so the program is also providing access to Oracle's global marketing events and PR resources to again, simply to support startup sales, marketing, and business development efforts, plus their global expansion strategies. This is quite important. And engagement opportunities with Oracle's enterprise customers. I think it's one of the good opportunities, right, we're providing to our startup network to support scaling their businesses. Well, as said, we're indeed very proud in partnering with Beirut AI in this university hackathon, and as well providing the opportunity for the first winner to be onboarded to Oracle for Startup program with some additional free credits, let's say, and where we are ready to provide our further mentorship and coaching to ensure, as Reem mentioned, your prototype is not only, becoming limited within this hackathon time frame. However, continue building it, hopefully with Oracle Cloud and Oracle mentor support. So of course, not limited with the first winner. We're welcoming all startups or entrepreneurs, also join the program and work with us. So I just want to wish you good luck, not only for this hackathon, but as well in your entrepreneurial journey. So many thanks, Reem.
Thank you so much, Sinan. Thank you so much. This is very exciting. I hope the teams are as excited about the opportunity, and I wish them all also the best of luck in the final pitches. But then again, remember that you can all benefit from from joining the program if that's something you wish to continue in, and maybe we can share with them the details on how they can participate afterwards. So that's it from my side. We can, I think, go ahead and start with the pitches. I just want to remind the teams, each team will have 5 minutes to pitch. And then after the team is done with the pitch, the judges will have the opportunity to ask questions for 2 or 3 minutes. I will kindly ask the judges to use the raise your hand option on Zoom, and you'll be selected to ask your question. Now, during the pitches, I'm going to ask everyone to close their cameras except for the person who's delivering the pitch. And then once a judge would like to ask a question, they can open the camera as well and ask a team. So thank you, everyone. I'd like to invite, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that the students can get the opportunity to share theirs. I'd like to invite the first team, خبز وملح.
So I want to ask my team members to share their screen. Sarah. I can start.
Yes, can you just go to full screen mode, please, for the slides.
Are you too tired of social distancing? Are you tired of not being able to visit friends and family? This is today unprecedented reality. But let me tell you one thing. This has been since ever. We weren't able to recognize this simply because it has taken different forms. This is our beloved country. Is the screen changing slides? This is our beloved country, Lebanon. And as it looks united on the macroscopic level, let's dig deeper into the microscopic level, where sectarianism, inequality, and racism are taking over, creating conflicts among the cultures. Few months ago, I was planning my trip to Thailand. And while I was so excited and enthusiastic about visiting visiting new cultures and getting to know the people there, it came also to my surprise that I haven't ever visited the temples of Baalbek. The temples of Baalbek. So in Lebanon, there is an urbanization, and there is urbanization and inequality, where 1% of the richest adults are receiving approximately a quarter of the poverty present, and 80% of the poverty is present in rural areas. So making us the most unequal part of the world. Here, I came to the question, what if I was able to empower rural families by investing in cultural seekers and offering authentic experience, a local and a global, to all travelers and local social seekers? Guys, the slides are very, very disruptive. So these are our problems, and Khibz Melah is offering and promoting social cohesion, justice, and eliminating inequality. Let's go to the demo, Sarah. What Khubz Melh offers are packages. Yes, so we offer packages. For example, the first one is around Lebanon. You are able to spend and have a local experience and different rural areas, and having a full package and seeing the country from the eyes of the localists. There are also other packages. For example, Mune. So we have the My Mune package, which is you can have a monthly subscription, and you are able to do the Mune with a rural family, and thus fighting the increase of prices and black markets. We also have events, and those are usually dependent on the fees per service. So all the public can come and attend and pay for that, while our community will be able to attend them for free and participate. Now, our model is actually very customer-centered, and we have recommended packages based on your interests. So, for example, if you have, after you filled your profile and you have your story here so that you can build some emotional connection with the people connecting to you, we are able to discover your interests and everything about you and recommend the appropriate packages for you. And not only that, we are also very customer-centered on the hosts that are offering their homes, and by optimizing their experience so that they can gain the optimal income, we usually suggest certain activities that are at high demand so that we can increase their income. This is Khubz Melh. So we are actually flourishing these rural areas by allowing guests to pay for these rural areas and get an income from them. Now, after that, we have our competitors. Our competitors are Airbnb. Airbnb does something very similar to us. Airbnb is focused, however, on the utilities. Airbnb doesn't focus like us on local experiences and the activities. However, yes.
Karen, thank you so much. Unfortunately, time is up. Would you like to wrap it up from your side?
Yeah, please. Okay, so we at Khubz Melh envision social cohesion, and we envision empathy. We allow people to understand each other's perspective by living at their homes. Our future plan is to scale it up, first starting from Lebanon, and then scale it up globally so that we create our vision. So
thank you so much.
You belong everywhere and you have a family everywhere.
Thank you so much, Karen and team. I'm going to give the floor to the judges. If someone has a question, I will be keeping an eye out. Okay, so we have the Professor Imad has a question. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Khubz Melh. It's a very interesting idea. Could you please iterate more details about the AI component? So it's a recommender system, I understand. Can you give us more details and how much of that was prototype and how much was not? Thank you.
Okay. So the AI system is working on matching the right guest to the right host. At the beginning, we're going to take the information from the guest, which is about their interest and what they do, where do they like to travel, and that. And then we recommend the packages that already have posted on our web platform so that we can have the perfect matches. The one thing that is also that we use AI for also is that we offer some tours around the country. For example, you're not only obliged to stay with one home at a certain rural area. You can build a tour across the country, each 2 days spent at a different family's home. And the AI will help the system create the shortest distance between the two families. For example, not starting with north and then south and going back to the middle. It creates the optimal timing and duration.
Any of that has been prototyped, or it's just a concept?
Please, Muhammad, you can go ahead and explain that.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Muhammad, just to know how much of that has been prototyped or any proof of concept on the AI, or it's just a concept still?
We start writing the AI model, but we face some problems in the libraries, so we stopped because we don't have much time. But we will plan to finish it in the earliest time.
Okay, thank you. That's it from my side.
Okay, we have a question from Rabih. We still have a minute, so Rabih.
You're muted.
Rabih, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I have a question, Karen. Thank you for the presentation. How are you going to take this idea out to the market, and how are you going to recruit all the local businesses who should be on your platform?
Exactly. So we have done our research on, I think Sarah can also show the slide here. For sure, word of mouth and the referral system. So people can, if we get like many referrals for one person, he can get a discount for sure. And we are also willing to partner with the Ministry of Tourism. The government has also created a 5-year strategy plan to empowering rural areas. So I think there's a potential partnership in that sense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, team. So now we can move to the next team, AI Road Vision.
All right, so I kindly ask everyone on my team to open their cameras, please. All right.
Hadi, I prefer if everyone closes the camera while you're pitching so that we make sure the connection doesn't cut off.
All right, so I just want to share my screen. Could you see my screen?
Not yet.
What about now?
Yes, we can see your screen. Please go to full to presentation mode.
Yeah, of course. All right. Hello, everyone. Our project's name is AI Road. We are LIU Heroes. My name is Hadi Arbid. I have with me Adham Nasser, Ghazi Muhammad, Ralph Hakiki, and Jad Korayan. After introducing our project, we will expose the problem, present the solution, discuss the business aspect of the product, and show you how the roadmap would be, and finally concluded. Computer vision is a field of artificial intelligence that works on enabling computers to see, identify, and process images and videos, and then provide appropriate output, which means that computer is exactly like a human. It can recognize if it's a car, if it's a tree, for example. So how can AI help solving parking problems in Lebanon? Let's see in our next slides. One of the major problems in Lebanon is parkings. Every day, people going to their work suffer from finding a place to park their cars. So they had basically two scenarios. The first one is you wake up early, you go to your work, you attend your location early, and you find the spot. But by the time, this will make you stressful. So there's another scenario is that you go to your work at a normal time, and you will start searching for roads to find a parking spot. This, by the time this will take daily problems that we face on our daily routine on the roads. For example, find parking slots on road. So instead of going through all nervy roads to find the slot to park your car, AI road vision will help you find the nearest road having a free parking slot and give you the directions also, not only the car slot. So, and this is simply by implementing car recognition devices in each road, where this device will be programmed to spot cars, free parkings, and others. In this video, we will show you how our platform works. For example, here we have a customer. He wants to go, for example, to a supermarket, to a shop, etc. He just open our application, enters the name of this place, and it will give the directions, as you see, the free parking spot, and the customer would be satisfied. So, okay, it's a good idea, but maybe business-wise, it wouldn't be good. So let's see. After our research, we found that the overall cost structure, the average overall cost structure is around $150. And as a trading economics said, that we have around 7,000 roads in Lebanon. Let's take it to the next level, 10,000 roads in Lebanon and $200 cost structure. We will pay like this $2 million. All right, so how are we gonna take revenues from this application or from this project? We have, of course, 1 month free trial, of course, but we have basically 3 subscriptions: weekly $0.99, monthly $1.99, and yearly subscription $20. Most of the Lebanese would take the last bundle simply because it's the cheapest. So let's say, for example, 500,000 Lebanese people download our application and use the yearly subscription. This would take us, we will have $10 million, and we paid $2 million, so we gained $8 million. This clarifies how our project is can be feasible. So, all right, it can be feasible, all right. And how are things gonna happen? Our duty is to let the customer be satisfied. So simply, when he downloads our application, he will go and try the free trial. He doesn't need any credit card. When he tries it and he's good with it, he can download it using one of the 3 bundles. And it's simply, when you enter the application, you go to the search button and you enter the name of the place that you want, and it will take you to the place, the directions, the free parking spots, etc. Finally, we think that this product would be one of the greatest to help Lebanon improve. So if you really want Lebanon to be the best version possible, we think that this product is one of the big steps that Lebanon can have. But it doesn't end here. We are calling all the programmers to take our project, develop it, and take it to the next level, security-wise and health-wise. Since in Lebanon there is COVID-19 and we are using odd and even numbers, our project can help in security-wise and health-wise also. So I would like to tell you, thank you so much, guys. And I kindly ask the judges to ask us our question. Thank you
so much, Hadi. We have 2 or 3 minutes of questions from the judges. Okay, we have a question from Abdou. Please go ahead.
Hi, Hadi. Thanks for the presentation. Interesting problem, interesting proposition. I was just curious to see, with regards to the vision and the detection on the streets, that is usually something that has 2 options. It's either you're going to do the detection on the cloud or on the edge, which is on the actual device. Which path are you guys thinking of doing? And if it's going to be on the cloud, did you factor in your connectivity, because this is going to be streaming video, the cost of the connectivity?
All right, I kindly ask one of my partners, Adham, please, if you can help us.
Hello. Mainly our application will be having some processors extracting the input in the cameras with the small processors inside in the package. Every road will have more than 1 point, and the cameras will be set in a studied angle to cover more area. And we will also be using the cloud for other computation. So we'll be benefiting from both.
Thank you, Adham.
Okay, we have another question from Christophe.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So thank you, Hadi, for the presentation. My question is also around the technical implementation. So I noticed that you haven't mentioned anything in the presentation about if you guys built something during the hackathon or if you used some algorithm. Did you try to build something like a prototype?
Yes, we have tried our prototype, started actually with our prototype. But you know, we didn't have much time to work on it all. But our algorithm right now is able to recognize cars, track the cars, and also recognize its edges, so it can count the distance between one car and another, so it can know if there is a parking spot between those cars and another car can fit between them, and also it can count. Yes, this is it.
Okay. So you were able to build this during the hackathon.
Yeah.
Actually, we started with the coding side some days before.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, team.
Thank you, everyone.
I just want to give a few seconds because we have some time to spare for the judges to make sure they have time to complete the scoring for the team. The next team with us will be healthcare machine learners. You guys can set up your screen and we can start in a few minutes. In a minute.
Hello, everyone. I'll start
Hi.
sharing my screen now.
Sure, go ahead. Shaza, will you be presenting?
Yes, I will be presenting.
Okay. You can also open your camera if you like.
I'm opening my camera from my laptop, but I'm using my phone as a mic because the mic on my laptop doesn't work. So
that is okay. Okay.
I'm
So
ready to start.
Shaza, the floor is yours. Your screen is not showing yet, though.
Is it sharing now?
Not from my side.
No, it's not showing. Maybe stop sharing and restart sharing.
Yes, please, Shaza. So stop it and then try to share again. I think it's a connection issue.
Okay. I started sharing again.
Okay.
Is it working?
Yes, we can see your screen now. Just give me a few seconds before you start. Just giving the opportunity for the judges to complete their scoring. Okay, I think you can start, Shaza. The floor is yours.
So we are the healthcare machine learners, and we are here to introduce our web application, Care. Sorry, I'm having problems with my PowerPoint. Okay. So CARE stands for Cancer AI-based Radiology E-assistant. CARE aims to create a self-sustainable future for the Lebanese healthcare sector, specifically breast cancer diagnosis and patient data management. We are all third-year RHU students with various backgrounds of business, computer science, and biomedical and computer and communication engineering. As you can see from this trend line, breast cancer rates in Lebanon are increasing with time. In fact, breast cancer has the highest incidence rate compared to all other types of cancer. And unfortunately, there are not enough radiologists around to care for this huge number of patients. Lebanon has a radiologist ratio of 55 per million, while the world standard for how much this ratio should be is 70 radiologists per million. Also, the manual process of breast cancer detection and diagnosis is a very tedious process that is prone to human error. Here comes CARE, the solution we thought about to face these problems. CARE is not here to help replace the radiologists, but it is an E-assistant, which helps them by simplifying the analysis of the tumor in a shorter time. It gives them a second opinion and guides inexperienced radiologists that are unsure about a certain case with high accuracy. CARE promotes early detection of breast cancer, and that alone can reduce the breast cancer fatality rate by 40%. This web application consists of a user-friendly interface in which the doctor enters the patient information and inserts numerical values of the tumor features. Afterwards, a diagnose button is clicked to give the results. The website automatically stores the patient's values and results, which can be later exported as a spreadsheet. The deployed machine learning algorithm used to make CARE is a random forest model for tumor classification as malignant or benign, and it achieves an accuracy of 95%. In this slide, you can see screenshots of what the website will be like. There is a login page, a main page, a patient database and information entry, and analyze results page. Since CARE is made for the radiologists and doctors, then the system should be adopted by hospitals who will be our primary client base. It can be easily integrated in all Lebanese hospitals since the mammography systems are already present in all centers. And since this is a new type of software, we will need to do a pilot test with one hospital that would be willing to be partner with us and give us the needed feedback so we can improve the application. And after that, after the pilot test, we will introduce to the market a free beta version. And after that, after we get the wanted amount of traffic from the beta version, we will make a change to a paid subscription based on a subscription-based final version of CARE. There are some technical and ethical constraints imposed while developing this project. CARE, as I mentioned before, has an accuracy of 95% or greater. And the AI model should have 9 false positives or less and 12 false negatives or less. And ethically, we will be maintaining client privacy by only allowing one oncologist to access the patient data. And the website will be free of ads. And finally, we will have to get the patient's consent for using an AI model in the diagnosis by making the doctor notify them of this. As for our scalability, in the future, we are aiming to optimize CARE by getting a better security system on the cloud and including a diagnosis for other common cancer types. In response to COVID-19, exceptionally, we will diagnose patients online through a patient login and create a platform for radiologists to share their problems and their best solution among each other during this pandemic. Thank you for your time, and we are ready to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Shaza and team. I will like to give the floor to the judges. Professor Imad Al-Haj has a question, and Ms. Sinam has a question. Professor, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Definitely a challenging task. It's very well researched. I like that, and I'm very interested to see the ethical dimensions being analyzed. But I'm not sure I understood that what you mentioned about the numerical entry of the data. So you are not using the imaging, you're entering parameters about the tumors. Is that how you're doing it?
I will ask my partners, my teammates, to answer this question. If you can, Rano.
Yes, to answer this question, basically the data set that we use for our machine learning algorithm, it has features from a biopsy, a breast cancer patient biopsy. So basically some of the features include, for example, the mean radius, etc. So these are actually numerical values.
Clear.
That's why the doctor or the radiologist enters numerical values.
But usually, so the motivation, usually I think the challenge from what I know in this domain is the identification of the lesions or the tumors before. So once it's identified, so what you're doing is classifying the tumors once they're identified. And in some cases, the challenge in the early detection is before the tumor is even visible to the radiologist. And you might want to consider going to a system where you're actually taking imaging and trying to do the analysis. That's my understanding, is most of these systems in the market, and there are a lot of competitors to this application, you have to be aware of them, try to actually take raw images and do the analysis, the AI on the raw images, and try to identify the lesions and the tumors before they're even visible to the radiologist, and not a post.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. We'll definitely be working on that.
I'd like to invite Sinam. Ms. Sinam also has a question.
For the pitch. So, well, actually, can you also give an insight about the competition of it? Because I think your solution, it really tackles like a general, right, issue across the globe, which is, I think, very critical, you know, and a good opportunity when it comes to the scaling. So, yeah, I appreciate if you can provide any competition information. Thank you.
Well, from our research in Lebanon, there are no competitors in Lebanon, but we might find some competitors in Europe or in the US.
We have a question from Mr. Abdou. We only have a few seconds to spare. Mr. Abdou, you can go ahead.
Right. Quick question regarding your business model, because we're working with a client on something similar in the US, and I'm just curious to see, are you thinking with regards to the business model, who's your customer? Is the patient going to be paying for this? Is the doctor paying for this? Or is the hospital paying for this?
The hospital will be paying for this. It will be a subscription based for the whole hospital. So all the doctors in the same hospital will be able to use the login in order to access the website. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, team. I'm gonna ask the next team, KDLAI, sorry, to set up. Please don't start. I want to give a few seconds for the judges to continue their scoring. We can see your screen. Please go to presentation mode as well. Okay, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. I am Khairuddin Barini, project manager and student representative of Team 4 KLDAL. Today, I'm going to tell you what I did during this hackathon. Firstly, I want to mention that I'm from Funaidik Akkar, North Lebanon. And we have two of the most important two forests in Lebanon, Al-Qamma and Al-Azar. The last one, there is no one like it, only one in Britain. Till now, all looks good. But unfortunately, we are facing a big danger of logging and fires. And this hackathon, I tried to find a solution for this problem. I tried using satellites live, tried using sensors or even robots inside this forest, but unfortunately, we have problems with health and with cost maintenance. The most appropriate solution is using drones to monitor this forest and take images and process this images. Then, if we find any change, we will have alarms. We'll have alarms to relevant people. For example, civil defenses. If we have a fire, if we detect a car, we will tell the municipality and the relevance to this forest. This is an example of a drone. Give us a 4K video resolution. This video from a forest, and we can see how it's clear to detect an object inside any forest. This is 720 just. We are talking about 4K, so it will be better. Okay, about the code. There is an already existing code. So this is the first image before processing, and the second image after processing will give to each object an ID and a name, and the code will take a separate image to each object. So any difference, we will notice it, and we will take the appropriate action. This is another example of how this code will detect any object found. We have an acceptable price according to using robots or sensors, according to the area, and easy of maintenance, easy to use, and the most important part is healthy, and we have no electromagnetic field pollution inside the forest, so it will be clear. Our customers will be nature reservoirs, municipalities, and the Ministry of Environment team. Unfortunately, I'm alone in this team. I'm Khairuddin Ali Al-Barini, fourth year communication and electronics engineering student at Beirut AI University Tripoli campus. About milestones, I will start in this month to build the software. Then I will test it on the other forest for free. Then I can reach the market in Lebanon. Then I will go globally. Competition. I have three other values. Health consideration. Health consideration, I mean by that the environment clean. From electromagnetic field pollution, and the price will be acceptable, quality will be great. So the subscription will be annual for $200K per year for each 1 million meter square for the first year, and second year subscription will be 10K only. We need only one technical employee, and we need about $30K to start. Thank you.
Thank you, Khairuddin. We can take questions from the judges.
Yes.
Okay. There's a question from Professor Ahmed Al-Hajj.
Okay.
If I'm raising my hand too early, Reem, tell me.
لا
I could
بالعكس.
stop asking. Okay, Khairuddin, thank you. This is also a very interesting application, something that that is dear to me. We've done some projects in this direction. But I want to caution you about the drones. The problem of the use of the drone is the duration of monitoring. You need something that you could monitor continuously almost. So you typically, what we see they use in this case, even with vision algorithms, is towers, monitoring towers that are strategically placed throughout the forest. And then they use cameras from all directions to continuously monitor for fires, for intrusion, for logging, and so on. So I'd like to hear your opinion about this because when you come to drone, it's a battery issue.
I forgot to mention that we will have cameras on the entrance on only entrances of this forest, and we will use more than one drone. So each drone will have a specific time and a specific area. It will be multi drones, not only one. So we'll take continuously. We'll take images continuously.
Anything was implemented? You mentioned a few open source algorithms for object detection. Did you implement any of those in your context for the forests yet?
No, I will work on the code. I will work on the code. I use this code. I found this code to detect each object, and we'll use it. No, I don't find any code for forest.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions from the judges? We have a minute still to go for questions, if any. Okay, I have a question from Abdou.
Okay.
Your subscription starts at 20,000 the first year and then 10 the second year. Why the change in the subscription rate?
Okay, because the first year we need drones, we need more drones, but the second year we will have only maintenance, or if we want to change a drone, or just this. And the first year we need to install it, to install all the environment. We need to have new drones, and this is the problem to have the first year 20K. And then we will continue with 10K, or and if you can, we'll decrease it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Khairuddin. You can stop sharing your screen if you like. So the next team, this one's tricky. I can't spell their name. Their group name is after Elon Musk's newborn son. I still can't spell that. So I'd like to welcome them on board. You guys can set up and share your screen. I'm going to give just a minute for the judges to continue their scoring, and we can start. So that's team 5.
Hello.
Hi.
Is it okay to enter my camera just to avoid internet issues?
Sure, you can give it a try, and if you face any difficulties, you can close it.
No problem.
Jeffrey, so we have a question from the judges and I assume the audience. Can you spell the name of your team?
I guess it's XAE812.
Elon Musk gave him a nickname, which is Little X.
Perfect. I think that's easier. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. I think you can go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff, and I'll be introducing my team and our idea. Our team is composed of 4 individuals, 2 from a technical background, Maria and myself, and 2 from a business background, Hadi and Ahmed. I want to thank my teammates for staying motivated throughout the entire hackathon and making sure we bring our A game. So what is our problem and what is our proposed solution? Everyone knows that Lebanon faces traffic congestion daily. There's an insane amount of traffic, an insane amount of traffic delays. If you want to go outside, you think maybe it'll take 20 minutes to grab a coffee with a friend. It ends up taking more than half an hour, more than an hour sometimes due to the traffic. And this is due to two main reasons in Lebanon. One is that we do not have an organized and proper traffic light system. And the second one is that we have a large number of cars on the roads at all times. We saw during the pandemic that reducing the number of cars does indeed decrease the traffic, but this is not applicable in normal circumstances. Our goal is, of course, to reach eventually a traffic-free Lebanon and a car accident-free Lebanon. And our proposed solution to this is using smart traffic lights that can identify vehicles at the traffic light intersections. That can identify pedestrians walking, and if there are traffic jams, make sure to dissipate the traffic in a correct way and avoid all accidents. Of course, these traffic lights will be powered by cost-effective cameras that can monitor the intersections and use real-time image classification to identify traffic hotspots and make sure to switch the traffic light systems in a way to avoid accidents and at the same time efficiently clear out the traffic. The current system in Lebanon faces this issue. The light and this scenario pops up every day throughout the entire day multiple times. So the traffic lights currently in Lebanon use a time system. So that is every few minutes or seconds, the lights switch. And this can cause many issues, one of which is this, let's say this scenario right here, where this light is green, and this light is green, and it's only prioritizing one vehicle, whereas it's blocking 3 roads and it's causing a traffic congestion. Our system will identify that this road must be cleared first because it's more important, there are more vehicles, and it's blocking 2 other roads. Therefore, it will give priority, and then give priority to this one vehicle. Our system can also identify different types of vehicles and assign them different priorities. Of course, emergency vehicles should have higher priority than regular vehicles. We'll see this in a minute. And all this video is feeded back to the control system via real-time imaging. As we said, it can identify different types of objects, cars, pedestrians, emergency vehicles, etc. It will also take into consideration the number of cars on the road, the number of buses, the average distance between the vehicles to identify like if there is traffic on this road, and it will also take into consideration the dimensions of the road. Of course, let's say larger roads would have more cars on them naturally instead of say more smaller roads, and it will take all this into consideration into making the right decision. Not a final, but let's say an initial design of our system might look something like this. The individuals in the control room would see something like this, where it shows all the traffic lights in the region and the amount of time it has to switch to another light. It will also show that if there are traffic on the road, let's say this road is red, meaning there is a lot of traffic, and it will assign it, let's say, a larger period of time, green, so to make sure that the road is cleared out before switching to another color. It will also recognize emergency vehicles. Here, let's say, it notices that an ambulance is coming, and it tries to switch to green faster to make it, to give it a free road and prioritize it. Same for the police convoy over here. Of course, these lights are synced to make sure that there are no accidents happening, and one turns green and two lights become green at the same time, and to avoid accidents. You can also see individual cam lights in details and statistics and the real-time classification. That would be the technical aspect of our idea. Now I'm going to pass the floor to Hadi, which will talk about the business side. Hadi.
Hadi, you're on mute. Hadi, can you hear us? You're on mute.
Okay, so first, after identifying our target in the market and convincing them with our idea. We're going to start buying equipment and our smart traffic lights from Alibaba through a contacted supplier. And when we start applying this idea in Beirut area, we're going to be training the officers at the Lebanese traffic management system and center to equip them with the necessary skills to collaborate with us throughout our work. After testing the results and performance once applying our first phase, we'll be also aiming for a better growth rate and increase, in addition to more exposure and a shift in our work scope to further areas outside of Lebanon. Now moving on to knowing who are our targets actually in the market. They are the municipality of Beirut and the Ministry of Interior in collaboration with the Lebanese Traffic Management Center. Moving forward to the business and revenue model set, Alibaba sells the smart traffic lights at a rate of $110 per set. So we're going to receive at a price.
I apologize. Time is up. Can you maybe summarize quickly your points?
Okay, so we're going to sell it at a higher price in order to achieve a revenue profit margin of 16%. And then at the end of our idea and phase, we're going to achieve a revenue of $7,000. We aim then for a growth of 25% more each year through different methodologies, such as growing connections with NGOs and startups in order to adopt our idea and fund it, in addition to geographically expanding our idea, moving further outside of Beirut and covering different cities and areas such as Saida, Jneh, Tripoli, Jouni, etc. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, team. We have a question from Ms. Sinam and Mr. Christophe as well.
Hi. Okay, thank you so much. So I like the smart city solution. I just have just a couple of questions. Let me check my notes. So what's the competition? Okay, this is something I need to know. Also, I was going to ask about the commercial model. Well, you tackled it a bit in the final minute. However, so how you're positioning this currently seems like B2B, like, you know, working with several ministries, etc. However, would you also consider this, you know, B2C model? Because maybe as a citizen, I would like to use your application to understand the, you know, traffic load, etc., where I can pay you, for example. So if you give more insight on this, that would be great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay,
thank you.
Lately, there's not that of competition in this industry concerning such initiatives or type of programs. However, as we grow, we're going to be facing, let's say we're going to be exposed to another regions and areas. So we'll face competition concerning other companies and programs that work on the same field or the same topic. And that's that's when we'll show our real value proposition and how we'll be unique from our competitors.
Answering the second part of the question, it's actually, we have thought about it, and it would be nice to provide applications to the users where they can see which roads are like have high amounts of traffic right now and recommend them a different road during this time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a question from Mr. Christophe as well.
Okay, thank you. So my question is on the technical side. I saw that you guys mentioned the list of features and you grouped them into yellow features and red features. So the yellows were basically approach using TensorFlow, object counting API, and the red using OpenCV. So I'm just curious, did you guys try to implement something and report the results?
Yes, of course. We found code online that does what we're looking for, identifying objects. And since, let's say, a goal of this competition is to use open source, we try not to reinvent the wheel and instead use the code found online and implement it in our system to reroute traffic after identifying the traffic.
Okay, so the code you found was for all the features. So it used TensorFlow and you used it to detect cars and pedestrians.
Yes. We've included all the technical details in a technical report.
Okay, and where is this report?
We submitted it with our pitch.
Jeff, maybe you can give a bit of insights since you're asked the question. You have the floor to share it with the judges. Summarize quickly. You have a few seconds.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
So
we use two different APIs. The code uses two different APIs to identify the features and count them, identify objects, and classify them.
Okay, what were the objects that you identified?
Of course, vehicles, like emergency vehicles, cars, bicycles, pedestrians, let's say traffic objects like signposts, etc.
Okay, so this was a pre-trained model that you just used to, you run it on some new images. You didn't train anything, right?
No, unfortunately, we do not have data in Lebanon. It's one of our goals to buy the cameras and start recording data to train our model.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, team. So next we have the Elite Hack Freaks. I'm gonna ask you guys to set up and share your screen while we give a minute for the judges to complete their scoring. Okay. Hiba, I think you can go ahead and start. The floor is yours.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Hiba Lubad, and today I'm going to be representing my team, the Elite Hack Freaks, as we will be presenting our project, Dr. ML. So let's start by introducing ourselves and meet the team. We are a group of highly motivated computer science students at Ayoub, and we're very excited to tell you our story today. We have, first of all, Peter Yamut, who is our front-end guy. And then we have Adnan Jaljouli, who's our business guy. And then there's myself, the software/business guy. And we have Karim Barada, who's our AI guy. So what's our problem? So today we chose to tackle Lebanon's healthcare sector because we have noticed the poor healthcare conditions of the Lebanese public healthcare sector. Our private hospitals account for 82% of Lebanon's healthcare capacity. And the problem isn't that they don't provide good quality, but they are very expensive. And the public hospitals do not receive good funding or resources, and their quality is not as good as the privatized sector. So with the little time, resources, and the knowledge that we had as computer science students, our brainstorming sessions were targeted to find an idea that is realistic, implementable, but also impactful and contribute to bettering our healthcare system. So as we kept thinking and researching, we came up with a solution as we realized that physicians and medical practitioners are always using medical imaging to diagnose diseases. So the solution we decided to build is an easy-to-use desktop application that utilizes AI to better diagnose diseases through medical imaging. So why us? Why are we relevant? Why should you use our product? We're simple, we're scalable, and we have an impactful solution. It's a very simple idea. We enter the image and come back with a prediction. We've realized with research that we have a maldistribution of physicians and a lack of medical resources, especially now with the pandemic. So sometimes the physician may not be always, or a radiologist may not be always present to detect or read the image. And even with their presence, sometimes they can overlook a disease or misdiagnose, which will waste time and resources, which we will be reducing, as well as reducing the probability of the diagnosis. So basically, our vision is we are aiming at providing a cost-effective and affordable product that will improve the quality of medical imaging, thus improving the quality of healthcare in Lebanon and help in making Lebanon self-sustainable. And for our project, for our demonstration today, obviously we would not come up with the entire idea and demonstrate everything, and we decided to train on a chest disease called pneumothorax. It's to planning to penetrate we're deciding our directions will be our
Hiba, you're cutting off, I believe. We cannot hear you. Please, you can try stop sharing your video. Your voice is cutting off. Or maybe someone else from the team can continue. Yeah, I believe we lost Hiba. Can someone else from the team pick it up from here? Okay. Okay, it seems no one from the team can pick it up. I think maybe
hello? Sorry.
Okay. Hiba's
I'll
back
try
with us.
turning off the video, maybe it's because...
Yes, please. Yes, do so, please.
Sorry. Okay.
You have 30 seconds left.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so let's hurry up. Our market size is, we have 366 medical centers in Lebanon, 7,726 physicians. And for our pricing model, we've not come up with the prices yet, but we plan to be affordable and cheaper compared to competitors, because that is our vision. We want to help the public sector by making it more affordable. And for our AI, we're not trying to replace radiologists. In fact, our CNNs are data hungry, and we would require heavy cooperation from well-trained radiologists to make a model that is good enough to deploy. And I'll be making a quick demonstration of our prototype so far. So this is what we have. The doctor will be able to add an image, which will be added now. And the radiologist or the medical practitioner can press calculate, and a score will be able to, a score will come out showing if the patient is negative or positive for the image.
Okay. Hiba, unfortunately, time is up. Would you like to wrap up with something?
All right. So with the three days that we had, we've come up with a model that has a 75% accuracy, and with the business plan that we had so far. And we think that with more time and with the proper resources and the data, we could be able to achieve our vision and provide an affordable, a more affordable healthcare plan for hospitals. Thank you. I'm sorry for the technical issues.
No worries. Thank you, Hiba and team. Does anyone from the judge? Okay, so we have three judges with questions. Mr. Christophe can get started.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Thank you, Hiba. You said that you're trying to replace radiologists, but from
No, we are not trying to replace radiologists.
Yeah, I know that's what I heard, but
okay.
Doesn't seem to prove that. So you're actually doing the same job as the radiologist, or am I missing something?
If the thing is, what we're trying to do is we want, like, obviously we're not going to be there. We're not going to take on their full job. Like, this prediction will be it's a computer assisted decision. We're not going to like replace them and take them aside. Like, we're not always like we don't think we're always going to be right. And Peter, do you want to speak?
Yeah, so the point of our application is to, as Hiba said, assist radiologists and the physicians instead of replace radiologists, because our AI it doesn't just tell you like if pneumothorax is present like X-ray or not. It also gives you a probability of it actually being there. It's supposed to like just in case a radiologist made a mistake or overlooked something small, the AI would be able to pick it up because it processes images differently than humans, like in more detail, I'd say.
Okay. So you're supposed to be a radiologist. Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay, so we have two more questions. Let's take them, if you guys can answer them quickly. We have a question from Mr. Rabih and Mrs. Sinam. So Rabih, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi Hiba, thank you for the presentation. You've mentioned that you'll be integrating your solution with the imaging providers. So my question is, from a competition perspective, isn't this available with all the major imaging healthcare providers like GE, Philips, or others? And if not, how are you planning to achieve this integration, establish the contact, or reach out to those vendors exactly? Thanks.
Okay, I don't really understand your question. We are going to, basically, because we don't have the connections to provide to anyone, so this is how we're going to sell our product. I don't really understand what you mean.
If I spotted right, within your presentation, you mentioned that there will be an integration with the healthcare imaging providers. I'm not sure if this is something part of the prototype or your plan, or it will be a standalone application that will just process imaging using AI.
I'm sorry, I can answer the second part of your question. So first of all, how we are going to sell our product. We are going to contact the medical retailers, the medical device retailers with our product, and then they can, because they have all of the connections with the medical centers and hospitals, they will be able to contact all of the medical centers and sell them the product, and then the medical device retailer will take a commission on each product that is sold. I hope this answers your question.
That's fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you, team. I'm gonna ask the next team to prepare sharing their screen. The next team up with us is Lebo. You guys can share your screen while we give the judges a few seconds to complete their scoring. I just want to add, for any judges that would like to ask questions and we run out of time, feel free to ask them on the chat and the team can answer you there. I apologize, but we're on a tight schedule. Okay. I think we can get started. On a second note, on a second note, I think it would be best if we refrain from asking questions on the chat to avoid being unfair to teams that have already pitched, since they didn't get a chance to answer questions. A suggestion from the audience. So Labo, you guys can go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Abdou, and I will be with you as a representative of Team Libo for Smarter Roads. 40 minutes is the average time of is the average wasted time of the Lebanese roads due to congestions, and 79,000 is the number of car trips in Beirut only per day during the AM peak hours. Moreover, 20 to 30% of the contribution of the total CO2 emissions worldwide is also caused by congestion. Also, congestions not only affect our mood, but also may cause real dangerous situations when it causes delay to emergency responses. And the real problem here is that we're still depending on non-intelligent traffic light systems as our traffic light or statics. So here comes our solution. Our solution is adaptive traffic light control system. Based on other applications worldwide, 30% was the expected reduction of time wasted on roads, 20 to 13% reduction in CO2 emissions. Now, let's dive deeper into our solution. Due to the timing limit of this hackathon, we created the base of our solution. Using computer vision, we were able to count the number of cars on the road at the traffic light, and using variance equation, we divided the time cycle of the green traffic lights in a more intelligent way. The lane with the most cars will take the greenest light cycle time, and roads with no cars remains red. So, because we are a future seekers, we plan for the continuity of our project. Phase 1 was already done during the hackathon. Now phase 2 is to use machine learning algorithms to cluster collected data and find traffic congestion patterns and predict them in the future. Catching traffic rule violation by capturing the violation's car license plate, collecting Lebanese road data, which can help us in regional research centers, and using machine learning algorithms to create smart relations between traffic lights. In phase 3, we will try to create a mobile app that help users to find the fastest route based on real-time traffic states captured from traffic camera and suggest alternative routes that might be longer but will help in decreasing a potential traffic congestions. And we will create a reward system for drivers who accept taking the longest route to their destination and help avoiding congestion. Okay, as we can see, both the traffic management and AI market have a very bright future potential with a growth of 13.6% and 36.62% respectively. Okay, so what makes us unique? First of all, we are the first in Lebanon to do such as project. We will try to connect all traffic lights across Lebanon to create a smart traffic light network. We have a project that is quickly implemented throughout already existing surveillance traffic cameras, and also the reward system to motivate drivers to avoid potential traffic congestion. Moving to our business model, we will start implementation in Lebanon and might go international in further phases. First of all, we have a subscription plan. The government will have to pay a one-time payment. Then we will move to a annual maintenance, annual subscription for maintenance and updates. And we also can sell our collected data for a data science and research company, and ads and rewards from the mobile app. Our competitors, we have here two competitors, Traffic Butter and SourceTrack. The first one don't have AI included, and the second one don't have a priority for emergency cases, and no mobile application or rewarding system to motivate drivers. This hackathon will be our first step in this long, interesting journey. We are planning to apply to other competitions and accelerators programs that will help us to shape us in the market. In parallel, we will try to contact interested governmental organizations to find a way to implement it. This is our team, and we will move to the demo of all the features we implemented during this hackathon. And also, you can find us online. And I'd like to thank all the organizers, mentors, and judges for this great opportunity. Okay.
Thank you, Labo. Okay, we have a question from Professor Ahmed Al-Haj.
Thank you, guys. Two quick questions. How are you different than the previous pitch to very similar idea? And the second question is, the hardware that you have is connected to the model? You showed the hardware.
I will answer the first question, and my friend will continue to the other question.
Thank you.
First of all, we want to create an application that have like a reward system. So when the user choose to choose the longest route, but and this will let the congestion. This reward system is to motivate drivers to avoid potential traffic congestions by choosing the route we will convince them to choose. So we have first of all the reward system, and we will try to connect all traffic lights in Lebanon and to predict the congestions before it happens. And I will invite my friend Korjia or Rabih to answer the second question.
Yes. So regarding the hardware question, currently for our scope in the hackathon, we are using a Raspberry Pi that is connected to the Oracle VM that they were kind enough to provide. So and everything is communicated through WebSockets, so that we can have the data be instantaneous and have bidirectional communication between the Raspberry Pi and the server, which also hosts a web page that, if I don't know if you were able to spot it in the video due to the internet connections. Basically, it shows the status of every traffic light and the amount of cars and the amount left for it to stay on. So all of this is actually implemented, and the other aspects we are planning to implement, which like switching from a Raspberry Pi to a much more robust solution. As you know, the Raspberry Pi cannot withstand heat and very harsh weather. So that's beyond the scope of the hackathon, but is definitely the next step in our project. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. It does. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, team. So next up, we have smart roads. a lot of projects on transportation. Everyone hates traffic, I guess. So next team, please set up, you can share your screen, giving the judges a few seconds to continue their scoring. Okay. Smart Roads, the floor is yours.
Just 1 second, please. Sorry for the technical issue.
No worries.
Okay, so hi, my name is Rose and I'm the team representative of Team Smart Roads. And I would like to start my presentation with a small introduction about my teammates. They are André Said, Alain Zaloum, Zian Hamdan, Yusuf Al-Atras, and myself. We are a team made of 5 members, and we are all LAU students from different backgrounds. Okay, so I'm here standing in front of you today to pitch our idea that consists of an artificial intelligence that can manage traffic, monitor road lights day and night, reduce the spread of COVID-19, and provide a safe and peaceful environment for us people to live in. So I would like to continue with some thoughtful statistics that might be really interesting for you to know. They are from trustworthy sources, and I would like to ask you if you already knew that the transportation sector in Lebanon is responsible of 25% of CO2 emission due to the high amounts of cars circulating in Lebanon. And moreover, did you know that if an ambulance comes after more than 8 minutes, the life of the patient will be in danger? And moreover, finally, after a survey conducted with Beirut citizens, they rated the safety walking in the streets of the capital to be 76% during the day, and it drops to 54% during the night, which is dramatic. And why would you like to choose our idea? Why would you invest in us, Smart Roads? Our AI is able to save lives, reduce stress, increase security, fight coronavirus, and save energy, save the planet. So how is it gonna work? Our AI is able to predict places where traffic might get really huge and heavy, and it will automatically redirect people and drivers from their initial road to another road, which will loosen the pressure on the road that might get stuck. It will all happen via the digital board displayed on the road. Our AI will send these info to the digital board, and like this, the drivers will know how to react to this predicted and potential traffic jam, which will enable ambulance to reach their patients and the callers faster. Moreover, if an accident happens and occurs, the AI will be able to call the ambulance and the parties concerned to provide a safe environment for everybody. And our AI is also working on a face mask detection program that it will be able to calculate the percentage of people that wear masks during this pandemic, and these data will be sent to the concerned parties that will hopefully take action. And the third thing is that our AI works on the object detection to manage the traffic, and this feature will enable us to save energy, a lot of energy, because because the because the light can turn on and off depending on the presence of a car. And our AI, our prototype, actually is working on the face mask detection and object detection traffic, and those are live outputs. And since you've already understood that, it's a B2G, business to government model. Our potential clients are the Ministry of Interior and Municipalities, Fuel and Dakhili, and the Traffic Management Committee. And as you can see, our financials show that we estimated that on month 2, during month 2, the government would be able to purchase our services, and from there, our profits would rise up very quickly. So it's a fruitful business. So I would like to ask you to help Lebanon by funding our project, since it's our country and it's our duty to help it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, team. We can take questions from the judges, if any. Okay, we have a question from Professor Ahmad Al-Haj.
Reem, if there are other judges, please give them priority.
No other judges. Please go ahead.
I'll start then, Rose. أول شيء وزارة الصحة زعلوا منكم. So the Ministry of Health is upset. It was not on the list of partners. Second, my question to you is that, so you're detecting the masks of drivers and passengers in cars. Is that, I understood that correctly?
Yes, exactly. And in addition to this, we are also detecting the mask on pedestrians. So it's not only the drivers.
Okay. Why did you mix the traffic? I wish you focused more on that. I mean, you see, I'm not seeing the link between the two, honestly. Is there a link?
Actually, we thought that it would be best to include the crisis and find a solution to the current crisis, because it will use the same input, because we are displaying cameras all over the towns. So it's the same collected data, the same images will be reaching the AI, and only in the same job of analysis.
Okay, but so the question for the face mask, you did implement that, you said, right? What's the performance you're getting? Where did you get that data set from? And what's the performance you got?
Actually, it's since it was a short amount, we just had a short amount of time. We already got already trained AI, and as you can see here in this slide, it's detecting the face, it's analyzing the face, and it's trained to see if there is a mask or not covering this part of the face.
So an existing model, you mean? You did not implement anything on, okay, thank you.
No, we didn't. Thank you.
Okay, no other questions for the team. So the next team up is Go Local.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
And can you guys hear me well? Is the good mic quality? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna start sharing the screen then.
Sure. Just give it a few seconds so that the judges can finish their scoring.
Okay.
Okay. The floor is yours.
Okay. So hello everyone, this is Maroon Aile, and with my colleagues Karim, Aoun, Mark Dow, Pierre Khouri, and Mario Khouri, we are proud today to present you our product, which is called Local Zip. So before getting into the product, I'm gonna give a bit of context about it, the situation. So in Lebanon, we have, obviously everyone knows that we have a constant decline in the economic social situation. So some stats would say that 11.36% inflation rate, it's the highest since 2008. More than 800 businesses closed since January 2020. And we have more than 1,245 manufacturers of local food that lack exposure. They do not have this exposure, so they can reach the market. So it's time to do some changes. It's time to implement solutions rather than wait for solutions. It's time to implement something for the people, by the people. So we introduce our product. GoLocal.zip is a simple service that will tell you, that will recommend you supermarket products that are local instead of the imported products from other countries. It's that simple. That's what the service does. So basically, how does it work? It's going to take a large amount of data from various data sets. In our case, we took some data from our POS partner, which they said they liked the idea a lot, and they were ready to provide us with some data. So we aggregate the data based on the anonymous cards, which is basically factors, and we then run the algorithm to find similarities between the local product, the imported products, and then we try to filter by the products that are local. And then in the end, we just finally recommend some local product to the customers. So how does it work? It's super simple. We have either a QR scanner or a mobile app. You would just basically scan the barcode or the QR code, and for the imported product, say you want to buy, let's say, Pringles, and you scan the product, and then it's going to give you a certain alternative. The app's going to suggest it, and then basically it's going to give you a set of choices, and you can choose one of the alternatives. So far, in our project, we have implemented a real working prototype, something we are very proud of. In these 3 days, we have already developed 2 mobile applications, one Android, one iOS, a working online API based on a .NET Core API. We deployed it using the Oracle service that you guys gave us on a Kubernetes cluster. And finally, we implemented the algorithm and we added it to the backend, to the API, so that we can process requests for the mobile applications. By the way, Mark and Pierre worked on the mobile apps. I worked on the servers, and Karim and Mario worked on the algorithms. Now, for the market strategy, first of all, we already mentioned we're going to talk to POS systems, and these POS systems are going to give us some data, and we're going to use this data for specific supermarkets, and then the supermarkets they are going to subscribe to our model to help recommend local products to the customers. Now, there are some arguments about it. Why would the supermarkets accept this proposition? I'll talk about this a bit later. The subscription model is basically, the business model is basically via subscription. That's the first phase. We can implement a lot of things. But for the sake of now, for the scope of this project, we decided to go with subscription by the supermarkets. So why would the supermarket actually accept what we are offering? It's basically a balance between customer acquisition and profit margin. When you sell imported products, you're going to sell for more money. And that's going to give you a higher profit margin, which is good for the supermarket. When selling local, it's going to be a bit less. So they're not maybe going to agree to that. But when you put this label, let's say, just like ISO standard, when you put this label, let's say that this supermarket is selling local, it's supporting the community, it's supporting the local people. People are gonna like that, and they're gonna go. They're gonna put more money, more products. Let's say Nutella is today for 20,000, 25,000. I don't know how much because of the inflation and stuff. So when I buy multiple things that are local, I'm kind of balancing this out. And to increase the profit margin, we can recommend products with higher profit margin. Now, for the impact of our solution, it has multiple impacts, actually 4. 3 of them are listed here. One, economical impact. It's going to support the local economy, the local manufacturers. For the financial stuff, obviously, people, for most products, are going to have cheaper and equivalent quality products. And for the social the thing is, with Lebanese people, we don't have like this strong bond between the consumers and the manufacturers. So what we aim to do in this is we try to build this connection, this trust between the manufacturers and the customers. So this is a quick demo. It's basically the apps that we deployed using the APIs that we developed also. As you can see, it's a very, very simple product. It's gonna scan, it's gonna give you what you need in a fast, reliable way. It's not gonna do anything too complex. And if you want to try, you can actually scan this QR code, see what it gives you. It's gonna give you something interesting. I guarantee it. If you want to do that, you can do that.
Thank you, Marwan. Thank you. We actually have questions from a lot of the judges, so please try to answer them as quickly as possible.
All right, go ahead.
First off, Mr. Christophe.
All right, thank you, Marwan, for the presentation. It was really good.
Thank you, guys.
It wasn't really mentioned how AI is used in your solution, so can you please discuss that?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna let my teammates answer for that if you don't mind.
All right.
Okay, can I answer, Marwan?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so mainly the idea is that we're creating a recommendation system. So basically, let's suppose I usually buy Barilla and I scan Barilla. So what's gonna happen, I'm gonna find every product that the person that likes Barilla actually likes. And I'm gonna iterate over all the products that are under the same category as Barilla and trying to fetch the customer persona that matches it the most. So this intelligence is mainly everything like, you know, the recommendation system in Amazon and many other. Yeah, it's a recommender system of similar sets.
This is not currently built, right? There's no prototype for the recommendation system.
Well, yes, we did it. So we coded it all ourselves.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And it's fully functional with the applications. If you try and scan the QR code right here, you could very easily just get an output.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mrs. Sinan. She has a question.
Thank you, Reem. Hi. So many thanks. The presentation was good and clear. So again, I want to know more about the competition. Yeah. So, and if there are any competitors, what makes you different from the competition? Thank you.
Okay, so mainly there is no product that does specifically this, but there are products that work a bit like what we do. So, for instance, when let's suppose I bought beer, the recommendation system could tell me that we suggest you buy with it something else that could go with it, that usually people do. But what we do specifically, we're actually suggesting an alternative that could be as good as what I usually buy. And based on what other people that like what I like usually buy.
Just an intervention. What Mark's trying to say is the alternative is always local. That's the thing in our project. It's always local. We try always to support Lebanese products.
Yeah, sure. Clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We have a question from Mr. Rabih as well, and Professor Ahmad, but maybe we'll start with Rabih.
Thank you, Reem. Thanks, Maroon, for the presentation. I have two questions. The first one is, how are you going to make money out of this app? Is it going to be only out of the subscription model that you will be implementing? And the second one is, what's in it for the vendor, for the merchant? Sorry, I understand that you try to balance the idea for us, but what's in it really for the merchant if he's going to end up making maybe less volume of sales? I know supporting the community is something really good, but at the end there is business running. So is there any incentive program out of it?
Yes, of course. Okay, let me begin with your first question. First of all,
Maroon, please try to answer them quickly as we're out of time. So if you can summarize.
Mark is okay.
So mainly we talked to our friend in a POS company, and he was extremely interested in the idea. He said we could do it as a partnership, and they have many clients. They're Lebanese, so we could profit out of every sale of this feature, or we could make a subscription model. And yeah, mainly that's it. And the second question was, how are the supermarkets going to accept? Okay, so right now, there is a big issue in the supermarkets. It's that people are not buying any more things that aren't necessary. So this could be a very useful feature for them to know that there is something that they can afford that could replace what they usually buy, because right now we're going through a big transition. So this could be a very good, and the supermarkets like Carrefour and others are trying their best to make a good reputation for the people. So they can lose a bit of profit, but they can win a lot in the customers. They can get more new customers.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. I'd like to invite the next team, Jukebox. Please, you can go ahead, share your screen and get started. Sorry, judges, but we're a bit tight on schedule.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't click. Okay. So to start with the problem,
can I ask you to open your camera if possible?
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. So to start with the problem, we're currently facing in Lebanon an economic that's affecting the medical sector a lot, from affecting the hospital resources they cannot get, they used to get, they're cutting on wages. And on the other hand, that it's affecting individuals in terms that they will start reducing their screening tests, which is essential, because reducing screening tests means that the progression of diseases will go unnoticed, and which will increase the cost of treatments in the later stages, which is again less money, reduced screening tests. So it looks like a vicious cycle. What we aim to do is increase the screening tests, and to do that we can do it with telehealth. But the problem with telehealth is, as we can see, there's a very big gap in the top picture and bottom picture between what we can measure at home and what we can do at the hospitals. So at the hospitals, we have bioimaging tools that are very necessary for diagnosis and mostly everything. But to do it at home, we need a cheap and portable solution, which is why we want to work with electrical impedance tomography, which is basically a set of sensors, a set of electrodes that can image what's inside of them. The reason this is not widely used right now is because of its low resolution. But this is where AI can come in. So if we compare the first MRI scan and the current MRI scans, we can see there is a potential to increase the resolution, even for electrical impedance tomography, especially if we use AI. So this is used right now in hospitals for bedside monitoring, like for mechanical ventilation, heart activity and lung perfusion, and pulmonary function testing, basically for everything related to respiration and cardiac function. And if we look at the data for hospital admissions in Lebanon, we can see that cardiac and respiratory diseases are on the top according to rates. So for our business, we have two options. The first is to sell directly to hospitals, public and private clinics, individuals, or the Red Cross who might need it to diagnose very early on their way to the hospital. And the second solution is to sell to third parties, and they can take care of the rest. The plan would be to first develop the prototype and the software solution, and then to do a beta launch with a small group of physicians and patients, take their feedback, do some improvements, and then fully launch the product. So this is a quick simulation of how it can be used with the real-time video conferencing tools, the physician and a patient. And on the right, you can see a simulation we did using MATLAB of EIT, where there's an object. We do the forward model and then the backward model to find out where the object is, to find out the image, basically. And this can be done because EIT is not is a safe instrument, safe device. It doesn't use ionizing radiation, for example, like CT scans or X-rays. And the AI is we plan to use AI for reconstructing the image. This will increase the resolution, and we thought of that because there's already a very recent study in 2018 which proved that showed very big potential used with MRI, which is it uses CNN basically. It's a framework that they constructed called AutoMap. It uses CNN to go from sensor domain directly to image domain, and yeah, so it showed very big, very potential, very huge potential when we compared it to conventional methods, and the signal to noise ratio appeared to be much higher. This was actually recommended to me by a director of the MEG, the core at McGill University, because they plan to try it out on their MEG system. This is done here. The study is done on MRI, but it has the potential to be done on all methods that will use inverse problems to get an image out of it. And this is all. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Questions from the judges? Okay, we have a question from, okay, I'll start with Professor Imad and then Mr. Christophe.
Thank you, Rana. Just so that I'm clear on the technicality, did you check the feasibility of using such a technique on image reconstruction on EIT? Is there any proof of concept from your side?
Yes, there's already some methods being used with convolutional neural networks to reconstruct the image, and they all show a better result. But this particular paper showed a really big potential. This is why we want to try it out. And they mentioned in the paper that it can be used for reconstruction on any modality, basically.
But did you try any? Did you simulate any EIT measurements? And there are simulators for that, right? You can get signals and then try to reconstruct them.
No, we didn't try the AI on there. We did the simulation for the forward model and conventional methods for reconstruction, but not with AI yet.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Christophe.
Thank you, Rana. Can you go back, please, to the slides of the simulation? And can you explain again what really happened? Because I didn't really understand what did you do here.
So this is running in real time, but it's not obvious because the data is not changing, so it's the same image, but it could be run in real time. There's a mesh of cylindrical ball, basically, that's empty at first, and then we put something inside it. We do an algorithm to measure the forward model, which is the values of the sensors for two rings of electrodes of AIT, and then we do a backward model to get the image back. Estimate.
I can't hear you, Rana. I think we lost her.
Yeah. We can wait a few seconds because we have a minute, less than a minute to go.
If you have other questions.
Yeah, or maybe someone else from the team would like to continue answering the question.
Okay, no one.
Okay. Okay, no problem. I think we can, the next team can try and set up. So the next team is Growbots.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, we're Growbots, and we're going to present our product, Grow Drones. It's an innovative solution.
1 second, Jad, just to give the judges a minute to so that they complete their scoring, and we'll start.
I kid.
Did you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just a few seconds.
Jad, you shared your screen because I can't see it.
Yeah, I am sharing screen.
Yes, so I think the problem is that Rana is still sharing her screen. However, okay, let me try to force stop it. Okay. For the judges, if you go to the view options at the top of your screen, you can actually select between the two screens for the view mode.
Okay, I'm gonna try to share again.
Yes, please do so.
I have a notification that says I can't start screen sharing while others are sharing. I'm gonna try.
The host, I think, should stop the other sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think things worked out. Okay.
Can you see my screen? Great. Hi.
Can everyone see Jad's screen, just to be sure?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Jad, the floor is yours.
Okay, great. Hi, we're Growbots, and we're going to be presenting our product, Grow Drones, which uses innovative AI solutions to help solve agricultural issues in Lebanon. Slides. Okay, so what does agriculture currently look like in Lebanon? The short answer is it doesn't look good. Currently, only 14% of Lebanese lands are plantable. It's getting worse every year, and the soil quality is going down, pesticide use is going up, manpower is falling, and even though we have one of the highest precipitation rates in all the Middle East, we don't really have water security. So what does the market look like? It doesn't look good either. Less and less people are choosing to work in agriculture. Agricultural growth doesn't really look great compared to the rest of the world. We're at 2%. The rest of the world expects 13.6% a year. And our target audiences are expected to be large and small scale farmers, as well as budding agricultural initiatives that actually see a use in AI. What's our solution? Well, we want to provide an automated drone with a camera that uses centralized statistics that are shared on a personalized platform for each farmer that do land recon surveys, and hopefully it's a smarter way to cut costs and save time. This is an example of the platform that we plan on providing for farmers. It's personalized. It's going to tell them what their yields will look like and what they should expect to earn based on what the AI thinks is healthy and isn't healthy in their crops. What's the added value? Going into the future, we hope our AI drones will be able to detect irrigation needs, gather and analyze data for future forecasts, perform environmental adjustments based on what the plant needs, for example, more pesticides or more herbicides, and analyze yields and weaknesses so they can gather actual data on their crops. Our team is made up of Jad Sarkis and Marco Monoshakian in the business marketing department, and Priscilla Aramuni and Michael Khoure will be heading the software development. What's the business model? Well, it all starts with the trial period. Every farmer gets a 1-month trial period that includes 2 visits where they will get the full recon package. And after that, they can choose to either work with us where they will rent the service, or they can choose to purchase the service after at least 3 months of working with us so they actually understand the software, because we believe the best customer service is not actually needing customer service. What KPIs will we be using? Well, we're going to be using the conversion rate to understand if people actually want to stick with our product after the trial period. Instant communication with the farmers to understand what their criticisms are and how we can improve. And we're going to check our impact with the farmers to know if their yields actually grow year on year, and hopefully they definitely do. Who's our competition? Considering we provide such a broad umbrella of services, our competitors are actually quite broad. They're land surveyors, established pesticide companies that already work with the farmers who are stuck in their traditional ways, and the cheap labor force. And yeah, all these services can get the job done, but they won't nearly get it done as efficiently or as well as an actual machine. But no company really works without financials. So as I said before, we're going to have a product mix, and for the first year, we only plan on having the mix as a rent service for $200 per kilometer squared a month. We believe that most of our customers are going to opt for the cheaper service, and we expect revenues of $62,400 in the first year if we can get 20 kilometers square commitment from all the farmers that choose to work with us, which is really good, considering we're only going to need $15,000 for the 2 drones to start. So I hope you believe in our product as much as we believe in it. This is the equity split we expect. And for the first round of financing, at a valuation of $400,000, we're willing to offer you 10% for $40,000 if you believe in us. And this is an opportunity for you to get on the ground floor of what might be an agricultural revolution in Lebanon. Thank you from Grow Drones. We hope you believe that food autonomy is actually going to improve in Lebanon. And we actually believe that no one should sleep hungry at night. And we don't think you believe the opposite of that. That's the end of the
Thank you. Thank you, Jad and team. We can take questions from judges. Okay. Christoph has a question.
Yeah, so again, I'm mostly interested in the technical part of your solution. So you said that drones will analyze the crops or the lands. So
Yes.
how is AI used in this case? Can you give us like concrete examples of how you plan on using AI drones?
Yeah, first I'm going to give you the perspective from a business guy's perspective, then I'm going to move you to the technical team.
Okay.
So the drones are going to fly over the land. If we get 2 drones, each drone can cover about 55 acres in 50 minutes, which is the charge capacity of the drone. And each drone has a pixel density of about 1 pixel per centimeter if it's taking the photo of about 800 feet off the ground, which is incredibly high resolution. So we're going to teach our AI software how to detect these pests or herbs. So for example, I'm going to teach my software what crabgrass is, and they're going to fix the issue, and they're going to tell me what the issues are. Hopefully at the later point, the drones will be able to fix the issues by themselves. And for the crops, let's say there's an apple that looks like it's rotting. It's also going to tell the farmers, pay attention, there's an apple that looks like it's rotting, because one rotting apple could hurt the whole tree. And the technical team will definitely help you more with this.
The technical team can share with you a picture. They can share with you a picture of an apple that they did. Priscilla, are you there?
Yes. Good evening. Can we screen share?
Yes.
Okay. Here, this is a demonstration of a pre-trained model. We did not train this, but we'll be using this to detect defects in the fruits. This one only detects damaged apples, but we were planning on building on this and allowing this artificial intelligence to recognize different types of defects and different types of crops.
Okay. And while the drone is flying, is it doing the detection in real time, or is it just taking the footage and you'll be analyzing it later?
It's going to be taking footage because we wanted to analyze the entire field, and then once we have this big bulk of data, it goes back and it analyzes it later.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from the judges? We have a few seconds for another question. Okay. I guess the next team we have, which is actually the final team, is Pomato. You guys can set up your screen share and give the judges a few seconds to complete their scoring. Can the person presenting also open their camera? If you face any technical issues with the connection, you can close it.
I opened my camera. Can you see it?
Ah, yes, sorry. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, the floor is yours. You can start.
Okay, so hello, my name is Hassan Al-Ghul, and I will be introducing our new initiative, Pomato. We are 5 students from AUB from different backgrounds and majors, wishing to offer agricultural assistance for Lebanese communities. At Pomato, we are here to solve 2 major issues. The first issue is the cost of food in Lebanon increased by 20% in February of 2020. And the Lebanese agriculture will collapse by the end of this year, according to CREAL. some products may, without any doubt, disappear from the market, such as potatoes and onions. And we usually used to solve this issue by importing the goods. We import usually 80% of our goods according to the UN, which is not an option anymore because of the financial and banking crisis. The second major issue is that most of us would like to grow vegetables at home, but we don't have any agricultural background to kick off our in-home farming journey. So we need assistance to know what to plant, how to grow it, and best practices to take care of it and get the most out of this experience. My personal experience wasn't that good in home farming. I tried to grow my own mlokhiyeh, but a few weeks later, some leaves started to become yellow and to started falling. So since taking it to expertise or bringing in engineers is quite expensive, I started trying different solutions such as giving it more water or trying different medications. But eventually the tree died and I decided never to grow anything again. My plant disease and provide me with solutions and medications. And what if it could do better than that? It could guide me to the nearest store that sells these medications and fertilizers and give me a detailed plan on how to grow mlokhiyeh or any other plant and how to plant the seeds, how much water does it need, what type of soil it could be using, and even it could give me the ability to contact experts through a chatting platform. And here comes Pomato, an easy-to-use mobile application that uses artificial intelligence to detect plant disease and to provide agricultural planning for free without any hardware installation. So Pomato is an AI-driven platform that assists people who want to be food independent to learn about the best practices for in-house farming and to help them manage their resources and detect plant disease in order to get optimal results and guide them through their agricultural journey. Our aim at Pomato is to offer to the Lebanese community an easy way to kick off their farming journey, check the health of their crops, to encourage them to grow vegetables at home. Our aim is also providing an AI solution that will not only support local agriculture companies and shops, but also help the economy by reducing imports and decreasing pressure on the land used for vegetables to grow other necessities. For example, if we grow potatoes at our home, we may use Sahl al-Biqa to grow wheat or any other necessities, which will reduce costs and reduce cost of importing both potatoes and wheat. So in our application, you can find first of all many types of plants that you can grow with instructions and how to grow them. You can also get detailed plan using AI model based on preferences you supply, such as available space, preferred plants, budget, time, and general conditions. To get processed by the AI model to provide detailed plan that matches the preferences as much as possible. And if you ever have any problem with your plants, you take a photo with Pomato of the leaf, and the Pomato will use a model that uses convolutional neural networks to detect the disease, offer a description and a solution, and guides you to the nearest store that offers this fertilizer or medication. It also offers a chatting platform to contact with expertise. And finally, data collection is also an important feature as it helps us retrain our AI model based on real new data. As Lebanon faces its worst economic crisis in decades, a lot of Lebanese people are now mostly jobless and are looking into growing their food at home to enable them to become food independent. The growing trend of individual farming in Lebanon, due to the enormous effort of local initiatives such as Kun and Isra, is becoming essential. The Riyat Albi, a new initiative by Nadine Labek and George Khabbaz, was launched to encourage people to be food independent. They are even providing assistance in buying seeds and fertilizers for people who are willing to participate in this initiative. This leaves us with a growing amount of people growing their own vegetables, either to save costs or to grow their own organic food with nearly no experience in agriculture. and
Yeah.
with high need in assistance. Now,
I apologize. Time is up. How would you? I'll give you the opportunity to wrap up. No problem. Just wrap up in a few seconds.
So this leaves us with a huge amount of people with no agricultural background and a huge market. And this is a big business opportunity where we can profit from plans we offer through our AI model and the companies and services we provide through our application. And finally, I would like to thank you and say that White Farmel is really a sultan. And
Thank you.
I'm ready for it.
We are ready to take questions from the judges. Any questions? Okay. We have a question from Abdou, Mr. Abdou.
Yes, sir.
Hi, interesting proposition. I was just curious to see if the detection algorithm for the plants and the disease on the plants has been implemented or tested, because I know there are a few things out there that help with the plant detection. However, the plant disease aspect would be quite interesting. Did you guys get any of that implemented?
Yes, we found a very interesting data set. We only implemented on tomatoes for now because it takes time to train the convolutional neural network. We actually found a paper that offers the model. We were running random search, random training by tuning the hyperparameters before the hackathon, but I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think it's ready yet by now. But yes, we have a model that detects disease in tomatoes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the judges? Okay, Professor Ahmad.
Thank you. Hussein, also a very interesting application. Did you guys check for competitors carefully on the disease section? Are you sure there are no apps that detect diseases?
Sorry, I didn't.
Hussein, my question is on competitors. Competitors. Did you look carefully on apps, existing apps, existing apps?
Yes, there are actually a lot of existing apps that detect disease, but the special thing with tomato, we have apps like Agrobase, we have Agrio, we have Plantex, we have AGPHD for nutrition deficiencies. But the thing with the tomato is that it's an easy-to-use app that guides the Lebanese communities. It tells them the disease and guides them to local stores to support these the local community and the local shops. Other apps may have better accuracy, but the easy. No.
Okay. One other point is Reem بتخلينا. One quick question on the other aspect, because you had another interesting aspect, also the planning. Did you implement any of that?
No, the other model is not. No, the other model is not implemented yet. We didn't start really researching on how to implement it and finding data sets. But yes, it's the most interesting part, since I might give it. I have a 2 meters by 1 meter balcony with the budget of Halad, and I usually use a lot of iceberg. So I give this input to the model, and the model will tell me what to grow. It might tell me you can grow in 1 meter icebergs for 1 month. It will reduce the cost of مثلا 20,000 per month, and you can plant tomato on the other half. Greedy solutions using AI based on the input to maximize space, time, and money. To maximize the space.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So that's a wrap for the pitches today. Hussein, I'm going to ask you to stop sharing your screen. Thank you so much. Okay, so now I'm going to ask my colleague Larissa to invite the judges to a breakout room where I will be joining you to basically discuss the results and come back with the announcement. So the judges, you would have received a pop-up window inviting you to a breakout room. If you do not, please let Larissa know. I'm going to join the breakout room now.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the great pictures. Now, meanwhile, we're waiting for the results. Make sure you check the background that we sent on the chat, and please download it and add it to your Zoom background. Also, I would like to hear your feedback on this hackathon. So if someone can open the camera and tell us more about his experience. So please let me see the. Yeah, sure. Please. Okay. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Best of luck for the hackathon. Actually, this is my first hackathon, so I was very excited.
Sorry, Hadi, to interrupt. Sorry, yes. Hadi. So, Sinam, you didn't join the judges. You're still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So you should have, like, I already invited you. I invite you again. So did you receive the?
Yes, now I have it. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Yes, so go ahead, Hadi.
Yeah, so I was saying that this is my first hackathon. It was an amazing experience. I have a great team, great hard workers, some people software domain, people and business domain, people research domain. It was an amazing experience. It helped me to work as a team. So I think this is one of the most important things that everyone should learn from this hackathon is to work as a team. It was well organized, very, very, very well organized. Things that I usually attend are not organized like this. So I'd like to say that congrats to Beirut AI. It was well organized. And thank you for always helping us. You were always here at the time. So thank you so much. And best of luck, everyone.
Great. Thank you, Hadi. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will let your friends join next year the hackathon and help them maybe implement the ideas. So maybe Karen, you wanted to talk. You opened your camera before.
Hello, Larissa.
Hi.
Well said. Yes, this hackathon was really well organized, and I'm very proud of every single teammate because we have done a very great progress in Khibz Melah during these few days. And also, really thank you so much, artificial intelligence facilitators and mentors, because really the mentors had a very impactful feedback and very transparent ones. They had very subjective and honest feedback about our startup, and they really had an impact on our journey, not only for the AI, but also for our long future. And I'm very disappointed about the internet connection in our country, but hopefully in our next hackathon, someone would propose an idea to solve this problem in Lebanon, maybe. So thank you so much for everyone.
Thank you, Karen. Yes, so the internet connection is always an issue here. And yes, I'm really glad that you like the event, you like the mentors, and maybe we can let one of the mentors give their feedback. So anyone who wants to jump in and say anything. So we are still live on Facebook, and maybe people would watch again all the pitches, and maybe they will try to find more. Yes, Ali, if they would like to come next time. Go ahead.
Yes, I was a mentor, and really awesome experience. I really enjoyed talking with all the teams. A lot of inspiring ideas, and it's very rewarding to be a mentor and to be able to help and shape other people's ideas and see them coming into fruition. Hopefully, when some of the teams will win the awards today. And I would encourage anyone to sign up to be a mentor if you have some of the relevant experiences. It's really beautiful to be in a position to be able to help others. And the teams we had incredible ideas and then I'm proud of all the work you've done and how far you've pushed the ideas in the next in the previous 2 days. So best of luck لكم كلكم. It was great being part of this experience and being your mentor. Thank you.
Part of Beirut AI team, he will join him next time. Part of Beirut AI team, he will join him. Sorry. So yeah, anyone else wants to join the feedback, if you want feedback panel? Yes, Marwan. You are muted. Okay, no.
Also, a big thank you, a big shout out to all the mentors who helped us throughout this path. Mr. Sandro Frame, Mr. Ali Tarraf, Mr. Adel, and Mr. Thierry Khouri, and Mr. Reem. Shout out to them for helping us in this project. And we would have loved to meet everyone in this hackathon. Obviously, this was a major setback. Maybe next year, if we still participate, we would still want to come again, and maybe a bigger event would be in place next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Marwan. So anyone would like to jump in and talk about
Yes, I would like to say that it was a very interesting experience, and the mentors were amazing. They kept on following up, and especially
also
Ali Tarraf is like super amazing, super charismatic. They gave us inspirational ideas, and I'm really happy that Khibz Milh team was like really working hard, and we made it to another level. Like we actually saw our idea come into action through the prototype, and I'm really happy about this.
That's great. So, Sarah, you are the second person that talks about the experience with Khibz Milh. So I hope this will help you maybe continue with your startup, maybe invest more time and put more effort into the AI model part. Yes, I would like also maybe Unboxing MENA is here. So we are also going live on Unboxing MENA YouTube and Facebook, and we are going live on our Facebook page. So just I would like to say thank you for your time, for putting all the effort to put all these pitches live. And yes, anyone else would like to jump in? Guys, don't forget to update your background, because we will celebrate together maybe in less than 5 minutes. Anyone? Do you want me to pick?
Yes, I think it's better.
Okay, so go ahead, Hassan.
So the good thing that we had in our team, that we came up with ideas very fast. Yani, the second idea we came up the morning with the idea, and we prepared the presentation and the whole and real research about it. It's a great idea. I hope that إن شاء الله بنطورها ونشتغل عليها, because it really helps Lebanese economy. And I saw a lot of ideas that I really hope that they will achieve something and help us to maintain a better sustainable Lebanon.
Okay, that's great. So Hassan, it's your time to pick someone else to give us feedback.
So Hack Freaks. Is there anyone here?
Can you pick someone by his name?
Okay, Hiba Lubbat.
Thank you, Hassan. Hello.
Hi, Hiba.
Hi. Yeah. So obviously, we came into the hackathon. We really wanted to have a good time, and we did. We had a really fun time with the hackathon. We did a lot in 2 days. We trained the model. We we learned a bit more about like the business planning side, because initially we didn't think we needed like an entire plan and everything. But with all the mentoring sessions, we really learned so much about more about the business side that we didn't initially know about. And I think I'm very proud of the team and all my team members for what we did so far. And I'm very happy to have joined this hackathon. It was a really nice experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hiba. Maybe someone can talk to us more about the virtual experience, because it's really hard to do a hackathon or to coordinate with your teammates virtually. So yeah, can someone tell us how did you cope with the situation? How did you build your model, or you tried to build your model, you didn't really build it. So how did you try to coordinate?
Hiba, do you want to go first?
No, you can go if you want.
All right. So first, it's very challenging, Akid, the virtual experience. Usually, me and my team members, we work on using Google Docs and those but however, I would suggest that next time maybe we can use Mural, if you know about it. Like for all the AI members, because we as team, we have been using many canvas that are there. So this is one of the suggestions that I would like to give to the AI.
Okay, so make sure you fill out the feedback form, and we'll check it out. Thank you, Karen, for your feedback. So Sandro, do you want to give a Sandro, the mentor?
And the toughest part, I think.
So anyone else would like to jump in?
Yeah, just the toughest part, I think, was the presentation part, because we are used to going on stage and then starting like jumping out and all of energy, and now we cannot jump here. So I think this was the toughest part.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's okay. It's good to try to do things online and check how it would go. It will be cool. So I hope you will like it. And please don't forget to put your background like Hali Taraf. If you want, we can try to open it now and check who's adding it and who's not. Yeah. So. We have a few minutes and the judges will come back. When the judges will come back, we'll all close the cameras and we will check the presentation to check who's the winners. And then later, don't forget to stay. Yeah, Hadi.
Could you please add someone who's entering?
Yeah, sure.
Karen, you were mentioning how to convey
I can't hear you.
the excitement of the body language. I was saying, أنت لما بلشت تحكي in your presentation, direct feedback, I could feel the energy in your voice, and then varying the intonation of your voice, اللي بيسمع, he can really feel your excitement about your idea, and it gets conveyed. Actually, it's not like in the stage, but it's still it's still you can get still that human connection. As a couple of other speakers كمان did it the same here. هبة بعتقد وحدا تاني كمان ما بتذكر كل الاسماء, بس good job in that.
Thank you, Ali, and also I would mention that you are my first customer, right?
في حرات خالتي ناطرينك. So once you خبز وملح is online, let me know, please.
Wow, we're celebrating already. Awesome.
We're trying.
Okay.
So the judges are back. We can now close the camera, and Reem, you can continue from there.
Give me a few seconds, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. So anyone else would like to add any feedback, any virtual experience tips maybe for someone else, because you just did it in those 3 days? So go ahead and take the floor. Anyone? Okay, so Sandro, you're muted. You can unmute yourself. You were talking.
Can I say something, Lisa? Yeah, I have a small comment maybe for you as organizers and for the participants. As the whole thing is organized online, and since we have a pitch of very limited time of 5 minutes, it would be good to make sure maybe for the future that the connection and is very stable, because some participants have lost the time and the opportunity to present their idea in a proper manner. So that's my only comment on the whole thing. Thanks.
Yes, sure. Thanks, Rabih.
This is one of the problems we have in Lebanon that ideally we should tackle in the next hackathon. Maybe a solution to for a better stable connection or something. Yeah.
I'll just let Sandro give his feedback because he was talking before Rabih. Yes, Sandro, go ahead.
Just wanted to quickly thank you, Reem, and everyone else on the organizing team. I'm sure you guys did a great job. You helped us a lot in the mentoring process, which I really enjoyed. It's really nice to share experience with interesting people and interesting teams like the teams that were on during this hackathon. So thank you very much. Thanks for the judges for being here also. And thanks for the participants for being so creative and interesting to mentor, actually. And good luck for everyone.
Thank you, Sandro. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
لاريسا نحن غيرنا ليه انت الكونفتيز عم بيطيروا ونحن لا؟
You have the video, you can add it.
I have the image.
No,
marketing manager يا خي انت مش marketing.
So we sent the link on the chat. I'll send it again. We have an image and a video because some people can't upload the video. So I'll send it now again. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can I share my screen? I'm ready for the announcements. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, I want to let you guys know that we've had a small surprise. We have two teams that came up very close to each other in scores. So we took the decision with the amazing support of the Oracle team to extend the prizes and offer 4 awards instead of 3. To be fair to everyone, because I think 2 teams did a really good job and their scores were very close to each other. So give me a sorry, I'm gonna have to stop the share screen and open it again. Okay, thank you. So the 4th prize will go to drum roll, Tomato. So Tomato, congratulations. You guys got the 4th prize. Oracle was kind enough to extend an additional $500 free cloud credits to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place winners. Thank you so much, Oracle. Tomato, congratulations.
Congratulations.
You guys did a really good job.
Congratulations, good job.
Let's give them a round of applause, a virtual round of applause. Okay, the next prize. So 3rd prize goes to Growbots. So Growbots and Tomato had very close scores, and the judges insisted on giving both awards. Congratulations, Growbots. You guys did a great job as well.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Abdou, good job.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Mabruk.
I did not expect this at all.
Yes,
Can the
another
winners open the
virtual
camera,
round of
please?
applause.
Thank you.
Okay, so now when we go to the next place, our winners, please open your cameras. It would be nice to see your reactions. Okay, unfortunately, we can't see you live. So, okay, second prize goes to, again, drum rolls. Oh, sorry, Lebo. I missed your drum rolls. Congratulations.
Mabruk, good job. Mabruk, guys.
Very good job. Very, very good job. Alf
Thank you.
Mabruk, guys.
Thank you.
Alf
Thank you so
Mabruk.
much.
Again, I won't miss your round of applause. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much. Yes. And yeah, and then last but definitely not least, the first prize goes to, I will not miss the drum rolls for this one. Oh my God, go local. Very short drum rolls.
forgot.
Too excited. No, I did not. There you go. Mabruk, guys.
Thank you.
Very, very
Good job.
You guys did a really, really awesome job.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Alf Mabruk, Alf Mabruk.
Mabruk, everyone.
A
Mabruk.
live round of applause, maybe, from everyone. Yes, congratulations, guys. You did a really, really good job. So, you know, our winners for this round are Go Local, first place. Second place goes to Lebo, third place to Growbots, and fourth place to Pomato. So I just want to remind you guys of the prizes again. First place, Go Local. You guys can benefit from $1,000 free cloud credits on the Oracle platform. You need to subscribe to the Oracle for Startups program. You can also get support from mentors and basically people who can help you push your idea forward. You will also be getting 150,000 gift cards from BEC to, you know, buy any of their products that you'd like. They offer electronic products. Second place, Lebo, you guys get a chance to earn, each member will get 100,000 LBP gift card from BEC. And then also, you know, Oracle was kind enough to extend the $500 free credit to the second place as well, as long as you register to the Oracle for Startups program, where you can also benefit from the help of mentors. Growbot, third place, you guys can benefit from a 50,000 LBP gift card from BSC, as well as a $500 free credit, cloud credits on the Oracle platform upon registering to the Oracle for Startups program. And fourth place, Tomato, you guys can benefit again from $500 of free cloud credits upon registering for the Oracle for Startups program, where you can also get help from mentors. All winning teams have the opportunity to also apply to internship opportunities with Zaka and Paragon Shift. There are a total of 6 interview opportunities. Anyone can apply, so whether you're a business background or a technical background. And then 3 will be selected for the Paragon Shift interviews. 3 will be selected for the Zaka interviews. And then, of course, upon doing a good job, you guys can get the opportunity to fulfill an internship during the summer, if you're interested. So thank you everyone so much. Great job to the teams. Thank you for coming together to build for a better Lebanon. We really enjoyed having you with us through this virtual experience and hope that we were able to support you as much as possible, even from a distance. I think it was a great job done by everyone. Thank you to all the mentors, all the judges, all the sponsors for the support. And that's it from my side.
Guys, don't go before we take a picture. So
yes,
we should all open our cameras and put the confettis as a Zoom background. And we'll put the congratulation music and celebrate together. And don't forget to smile while taking the picture, just to have a good one. Yeah. Please Okay. One more picture. Okay, smile, yes. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed everything.
Thank you. Congratulations to all. Thank you. Thank you, Beirut AI.
I stopped the music.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the organization.
Thank you,
everyone.
Sinan. Thank you,
Bye.
Rabih,
Bye.
Abdou,
Bye.
and
Bye.
everyone.
Bye. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
If you, okay.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for the efforts. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. يعطيكم العافية. Everyone did a great job. Worse or not, you still did a great job.
Thank you, Reem, for hosting this amazing ceremony.
Thank you. It was with the help of an amazing, amazing marketing team.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, let's take one more picture. No, I'm not sure if they are good.
Enough pictures, guys.
No, this is the best